Hi, my name is Steven.
It is I, Kevin.
And I am David, the eldest champion.
We are the Brothers Born.
We invite you to bear witness as this most unlikely of throwdown is about to commence.
Welcome back to the Unlikely Throwdowns podcast. I'm the judge today. It is I, Steven, and I gave the rule for this throwdown that both my brothers had to pick a character that had some sort of cybernetic part. Maybe they're part robot, maybe like they have an artificial limb, something of that nature. Not completely robot, but part robot. A classic example, though because I don't think either one of you picked this character, I'm going to go ahead and say it, would be someone like Darth Vader. Someone that has they're human, but they have a couple robotic parts. So I'm curious to see what each of you chose. Why don't we start with Kevin?
Okay, so how are we gonna do this? So I'll just give like a quick sort of background. I'm not gonna get into this character's abilities just yet.
Yeah, just want to see if me or David could guess it.
Okay, let's do this.
I don't know. You guys both know who this character is, but it's probably been a while for both of you. All right, so this individual was a commander in special forces, and he participated in a series of missions, led him through a portal to another world. After defeating his enemies, he returns to Earth, and he's put in command of a new organization called the Outworld Investigating Agency. And their basic mission was just to explore these other dimensions and destroy any portals that might lead enemies to Earth.
I have no idea.
Give me a little bit more.
Okay. Let's see.
Wait. Bionic Commando?
No, it's not Bionic Commando. Not at all.
Sweet. That would have been awesome. I love that guy.
So he works very closely with one of his partners.
Mega Man.
No, Mega Man's fully robot.
Oh, okay.
So he works very closely with one of his partners, who's a female character. If I give her name, you'll know this one right away. So they've often had to fight side by side together in a series of tournaments.
Tournaments?
Yes. These tournaments take place every few generations, and they're very vital to the survival of Earth.
Is this a character from Mortal Kombat?
It is.
Okay. All right. Man. Okay. Oh. Jax?
Yeah, Major Jackson Briggs. That's my name.
Oh man, I love Jax. I don't want to beat Jax.
That's amazing.
I don't want to beat Jax, but I'm about to.
Jax that was always David's favorite character in Mortal Kombat, if I recall correctly. Jax was a good
one, yeah, because I thought he was gangster. I did like him. And then Darius I liked, and then I forget which one that was in. And then that Indian dude, I forgot his name. Anyways, all right. This is going to be a good one. I'll give you a little background on mine. But I can't say too much background because I'll automatically go give up who it is. But I'm going to give you a little background and a little bit of his personality, I guess. Okay. He's a tall Caucasian male, obviously part robot, cyborg, whatever, because you know that because that's what this is all about. But his body is mostly human still. He was originally a police inspector from Metro City.
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, man, I wanted to tell the rest of my story. Why did you guess it so quick?
Honestly,
police officer.
Honestly, I thought about doing the same one, but I was like, you know what? I think David's going to pick Inspector Gadget.
And
Inspector
and a
Gadget.
very fatal accident. I have to tell you at least this.
Okay,
one
go
time
ahead.
by slipping on a banana peel, he almost died. This major surgery was required, and when he woke up, he found that he was new and improved with well over 13,000 crime-fighting gadgets installed in his body, on his clothes, and in his vehicle, and he became a bionic crime fighter. Personality-wise, I guess should we get into that?
We can save that.
Right, but his body's enhanced by all these metallic gadgets now.
Man.
And let's see. Yeah, that was it. Kevin pretty much stole my thunder, but
sorry. So before we get further, do any of you guys know how Jax ended up with metal arms?
I know how Inspector Gadget got all his, but no, I don't. I'm
No,
sorry.
please go ahead and tell us the story, Kevin.
I have no idea is the answer.
Oh, okay.
So like there's different variation because there's different versions, right? Like so they had Mortal Kombat and then up to I think it was Mortal Kombat 7, like they rating goes back in time and like resets all this other stuff like that, blah blah blah. So one version of Jax, the original one in his first game, he didn't actually have metal arms, but he put like these cybernetic enhancements on his already existing arms, but he has normal arms underneath. And then there's one version that says that he voluntarily had his arms removed and robot ones added.
Interesting. Okay.
But then there's another version where they're cut off by Baraka. There's another version where they're ripped off by Ermac, some like a psychic ninja dude. There's another version where Goro rips them off. There's another version, the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, where Sub-Zero freezes them and destroys them. So basically, I have no idea.
So is this like one of those things like, you know how people, when they have a mysterious origin story, they don't tell you the real story. They just give you all these different versions of it. So no one really knows how his arms got removed. He just tells all these different stories.
Yeah, well, you know what? Inspector Gadget just slipped on a banana peel somehow. Had a near fatal accident.
He was playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Man, interesting.
Mine's simpler than Kevin's, I guess.
Well, I'm very curious to see how this turns out.
All right, so I'll get into this a little bit. Talk about. I'm not going to get into all his abilities just now. I'm just going to let another brief overview. So Jax is he's a hardened soldier who is ferocious, but also stays focused in battle. That's important. So not only he has a lot of strength, but he's also very intelligent. He in fact, he's so intelligent. He helped develop technology to help create portals so they can go to these different realms without magic. And he is known for having massive amounts of upper body strength.
Yeah, I'd say.
And that's even before his cybernetic arms.
Oh.
So that's what I got so far.
Okay.
David,
I'll give you some personality background in just a little bit. So Inspector Gadget, he's bumbling, yet well-meaning. He's very dedicated to his job. Like, he loves his job. He does whatever he can to get the job done. He likes to say wowzers a lot.
Okay, he wins.
Sometimes he's confused a lot, and he often misses clues. He has his niece and his Penny and his dog Brian, who usually do some of the work for him and make him think that he did it. So I'll include them a little bit. I know we can't use resources, but I'll just kind of talk about them a little bit as we go. But sometimes he misses details, unfortunately, or he just on his assignment notes he gets from his chief, he doesn't always read the last line because he's confident enough he thinks he knows it. So he throws the note back to his chief and always explodes in the chief's face because the note's self-destruct. But anyways, he doesn't always get
wait. Self-destructing notes?
Yeah. Have you ever watched the show?
That's good to know. All right, go ahead.
And then he's kind of gullible sometimes. He can't recognize people all the time if they have a disguise on, and he's very when women are around him, he gets distracted by them. He's kind of, subdued by the women, feminine charm, I guess. But he's really got a good heart. He cares a lot about his family, cares a lot about his job, and he'll do whatever he can to solve the crime and to protect his family. And he's very charitable. So he is a very good dude. Just gets confused sometimes, and he does say wowzers.
I would say Jax is also very devoted to like his family and things like that. But he's suffered through a lot. He's gotten PTSD from some of his Mortal Kombat tournaments. Resource wise, I think he's got you beat, man, because he's got Johnny Cage, he has Liu Kang, he has Sonya, basically all the fighters, all the defenders of Earthrealm. So
you can't use other fighters, though. I don't think, can you?
If
he has a wise uncle or something that gives him advice, I think you could use that. But
even then, he's got a lot of resources that they have available. I mean, they're charged with defending Earthrealm. So, like I said,
I got you, but that's fine. But as far as the actual battle goes, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, they can't get involved.
No, they can't. Not in the actual battle.
Okay.
But they can offer sagely wisdom and advice, of course. They're in his corner, so to speak.
Yeah,
so.
But they can't go out and try to take care of Inspector
Well,
Gadget.
There's nobody more sagely and wise than Raiden. So
that is true. He is a very sagely wise advisor.
I don't know. Penny solves all the crimes, though, dude. And he helps Inspector Gadget and his dog Brain. They can do whatever. His dog will wear disguises to get into different places. I don't know. Just
I
saying.
don't know. I'm just saying Jax is highly devoted. He knows where all his people are at all times, and he does everything he can to help
does.
them
All
out.
right.
All
Well,
right.
let's get into abilities here.
Before we
And
get
then
into
we'll-
abilities, let's just take a quick break. I want to hear. I'm excited to see what happens next.
A wise man once said, "Cash rules everything around me. It's all about the money. Dollar bills, y'all." Now, the Brothers Born are definitely not part of the Wu-Tang Clan. But the sentiment, well, it's still true. When it comes down to it, making content that we do can have some costs when it comes to equipment and certain fees. This is where you come in as a listener. No obligation here, but if you do like what we have and you would like to contribute a little bit of funds our way so we can improve our content, there's 3 different tiers of payment which you can use. The first one is a simple, cheap tier of 99 cents. Not too bad. Next tier would be $4.99, or if you're straight ballin', $9.99 for the third tier. Now, there's no obligation here. We're going to do the content either way, but we definitely would appreciate a little help. Thank you in advance, and we look forward to providing more content for you.
And we're back. So we've established Jax. You know, he's a not retired. He's a previous law enforcer, military guy. You said. Okay. And then another person involved in the law is Inspector Gadget on the detective side of things. They both have interesting backstories, and we don't know exactly how Jax got metal arms, but he did get them some way, and we know how Inspector Gadget got his robotic parts. He slipped on a banana.
Over 13,000 robotic parts.
13,000 robotic. That's more
I'm
than
just
human
saying,
bones.
The fact that
Robotic
he's
gadgets.
The fact that he slipped on a banana and caused this huge accident and involved him to be cybernetically enhanced like that, to me makes him like automatically lost. So he's an idiot. He just slipped on a banana and he's injured that badly. Like, come on, man.
Okay, but we've seen the underdog win in these before.
Yes,
That's
Cue
true. That's
Mr.
true.
Magoo. I mean, I'm not saying, and that was before he became the bionic. That was when he was just a regular dude. So even though he's clumsy, he's got all these gadgets now that'll help him, which you'll see shortly. Which do you want me to go first, or do you want Kevin to go first?
Go ahead. Go. Inspector Gadget can go first.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of give
under
you
one condition, though. You have to say
wowzers.
no. Go Gadget. Something like give it to me.
All right, go Gadget. Tent. I don't know. I'm going to show you all the ones that you can say go Gadget for. Go Gadget. Whoop.
Well, isn't there
Jack's
18,000?
All right, I can't give you all
podcast.
13,000, but that's just when I researched it said there's over 13,000. I'll give you a whole bunch though. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm going to give you all the gadgets and the abilities and anything that Jax has. I have a feeling that one of these gadgets will be able to overcome whatever Jax has. So, number one, like he's got his offense, he's got his defense, he's got everything he needs in these gadgets. So, we'll start with his arms and his neck and his legs. They all can extend. So he's like Mr. Fantastic, but the robotic version. His ears, go Gadget ears. He has sonar. He can hear from like miles away when he uses this magical thing that comes out and outside of his ear. So he's able to hear from things from far away, long distances, and when people are coming, sneaking up on him, whatever. Go Gadget coat. His coat inflates. So if he's getting ready to fall, it acts as a parachute. He just puffs out and he can kind of like, because it's a trench coat, it inflates. It can act as a parachute. Go Gadget tie. His tie acts as a rope and a lasso. If he needs to lasso someone, he uses his tie. If he needs a rope to climb, whatever, he uses his tie. Go Gadget cuffs. Obviously, every good inspector needs handcuffs. These handcuffs, they're very strong, very durable. They come out of we don't know if it's his forearms or the sleeves to his jacket, because his jacket has attached with some of these gadgets as well. But it comes out anyways.
The jacket is part of his being, as I understand.
Well, it is for sure. And then I'm going to get into his hat a little bit, because his hat offers many, many advantages. He always is wearing it. He always wants it. Inside of his hat, there's things such as a sword. Obviously,
Sword.
A saw. I'm sure that maybe we'll cut off Jax's arms again with the saw. A fan if he gets too hot. A can opener.
That's important.
A can opener. He's always going to have some. If he has food there, he can open the can. He has a mallet inside his hat, this big old wooden mallet that he just pounds on things from his hat. All of these gadgets are controlled by his hands. It's kind of like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, the handy hands helpers or whatever, but Gadget has hands that pull out all these different gadgets. There's a helicopter, there's binoculars. One of them comes out and brings, I don't know why he can't just pick up the binoculars.
Hold on.
What?
Helicopter?
Yeah, he's got. Dude, have you never watched Inspector Gadget, dude?
It's been a long time. I was a little kid last time I watched it.
The helicopter sometimes malfunctions and gets stuck in a tree, but that's besides the point. He can use it out of his hat.
So his gadget's unreliable. Got it.
No, not okay, but I'm not always though, because there's always a backup. He's got binoculars. He calls it the umbrella, but it's an umbrella. When he has, if his coat's not working or whatever, or if it's raining, like the umbrella acts as a parachute, also protects him from the water. Okay.
So if we're fighting in midair, I will say already Inspector Gadget does have the advantage for fighting on an airplane or something.
I'm not done. I know I'm taking a lot of time, but I gotta give you the full.
No, I want to hear all the gadgets, bro.
He calls this one, I believe he calls it the refrigerator gadget. Go Gadget, refrigerator gadget. And this thing can freeze things. This hand comes out of his hat, freezes things. It's got a magnifying glass in there. Dude.
If we go with the version of Jax getting his metal arm for Sub-Zero freezes them, destroys them, that might cause some PTSD for Jax there. Like comes out like freezing stuff. Like, oh no, not again.
I was gonna save that, but that did come to my mind. He's got a magnifying glass in there in the side of his hat.
He's an inspector. Sure.
He's got a siren, when he's since he doesn't have like a police car siren that comes out of his hat. He's got a spring, so like if he falls on his head to avoid head trauma, the spring comes out, boing, bounces him, flips back up. He's got a jackhammer, dude, inside this hat. He can cut through concrete with this jackhammer. So all these things are inside of his hat. He's got also a gas mask that comes out, covers his in case Jax tries to release some dangerous gas or whatever. He's got a gas mask.
Jax gas. Yep.
And then the best one that comes out of his hat is this bouquet. He likes to get out when he meets a new female coworker or someone he's working with. But usually this one comes out when his gadgets are malfunctioning. Just go Gadget jackhammer, and sometimes the bouquet might come out.
Wait, how does he keep live flowers in his hat at all times?
How does he keep any of this in his hat?
So does he continually go to the florist, or does he have like a whole
I don't know. I think
hydroponic ecosystem thing in his hat?
I think he's got some kind of greenhouse system inside there or something. I don't know. But or maybe they're artificial flowers. I don't know.
That could be. Yeah.
Could be it. But even if they malfunction, he can pull out a new one. So that's mostly all. That's just from his hat. And then I got a few more, and then I'll turn the time over. His fingers, dude. He's got a lot of fingers. Each one of them has a gadget. He's got a phone. This was before cell phones were even a thing. Go Gadget phone. He puts his a little antenna comes out of his thumb. He can talk on the phone.
That's amazing.
Go Gadget key. He has a skeleton key on one of his fingers. He can open up any lock with the skeleton key.
Any lock?
Any door, any lock he needs to, any carton, any like treasure chest, whatever. Yeah, anything.
Interesting.
Don't doubt it. You're not going to doubt Jax. Don't doubt Gadget. Go Gadget flashlight. In the dark, he's got a flashlight on his hand. Go Gadget pen. Probably not very effective in battle, but he has a pen there too.
How did you write with a pen that comes out of your finger? That's what I want to know.
You kind of just point and.
I do it all the time when I sign like on a computer screen.
Oh yeah.
Water pistol. This probably could somehow. I bet this water pistol could mess up Jax's metal parts.
I doubt it, but okay.
It's high pressure though. Like it's not just a shoot.
He has a pressure washer in his arm.
Yes.
Where's the water come from, dude? Is it like from his being, his blood, or his like inside fluids?
Not done. Now, next one is very dangerous. He doesn't like to use it on humans or even robots because it's very, very dangerous. I think he would if he had to. It's the Go Gadget laser. Really powerful laser that can cut through almost anything. Cuts through metal, wood, whatever. It can cuts through it. Cuts through some arms possibly that Jax has. And but he doesn't like to use it on robots and living things because he's a good-hearted person. He doesn't like to kill people.
Well, he's not going to use it on Jax then because he's
both arms, though,
and a robot.
That's not killing Jax. That's just slicing his.
Jax
has got new ones. Jax has had him replaced 15,000 times already. It seems like. And then out of his fingers, Go Gadget whistle. Go Gadget screwdriver. He can unscrew anything he needs. Okay, that's mostly his fingers. There's more, but I'll stop with that. Shoes. I think I'm done after the shoes. He's got roller skates in those shoes, and you can put rockets in. If he says rocket skates, not only are they roller skates, but they're rocket skates. He can go a lot faster. He's even
This
got
is a man who
boosters
slipped on a banana and almost died. And he's going to have rocket skates.
before he became an inspector. And he's got these heel boosters, like even that make him even faster. He's got skis. Let's say they're fighting in the tundra. Go Gadget skis. He can ski down the hill, whatever he needs to. So this is going to be a little tough. Real quick, a couple other fun ones. Oh, Go Gadget magnets. He's got 2 on his feet. Like he can, if he has to walk on a metal ceiling, he can do that.
Or outer space.
Yeah,
a spaceship. He'll be all right.
Yeah, because he's got magnets on his feet. All right, almost done. He's got his car, the Gadget Mobile. It responds to his voice. It can change from a civilian car to a law enforcement car at the when he says it. The car in front has this claw that can grab things and chop them up or whatever. He's got a Gadget watch that shoots energy that can immobilize a target for up to 10 seconds from far away. It immobilizes the target. Jax is frozen. He's got a tent. If you ever need to go camping, Go Gadget tent. Bam, tent pops out. He can camp. And then the last one is his Gadzuka. Now, this is his most powerful weapon. Just want you to make sure you take note of this one. It's a portable bazooka. It shoots out a corrosive sour cream. Okay. But the sour cream, for some reason, it can, any substance, it can corrode it, dissolve it, any substance. He uses it. And this one, unlike the laser, he's scared to use the laser. Not scared, but he hesitates sometimes. But for some reason, he doesn't hesitate on this bazooka. He uses it. When I researched it, said he uses it on anyone, anytime, and it can dissolve any substance. So goodbye, metal arms. So
I have questions about that.
Behind. That's all the gadgets I researched, and pretty much anything Jax comes at him with, I'm sure one of these gadgets I'll be able to fight back with. Oh, the arms that come out of his hat too. They're very durable. Like they're very strong.
Wait, there's arms in his hat too?
Well, the hands. Yeah, the gadget hands. These things can't be destroyed really, but they're very.
I have a question about this corrosive bazooka thing. If this sour cream can corrode anything it touches, how does it not corrode the bazooka that it comes out of?
Okay, Kevin, give me some of your powers.
I'm just saying there's some flaws here. Of gadgets.
There might be some sort of special coating that he puts around this. It's
I'm not saying there's not flaws. I'm just saying his abilities.
I feel like.
And he has, anytime he makes a mistake, he's got Penny and Brain there to help him out. So
I remember when I was younger, when the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie came out years ago, McDonald's had this really cool like toy thing where like every Happy Meal came with a different part of Inspector Gadget. You take them all together and assemble them like Voltron like. It was awesome. It was like the size of a G.I. Joe. I remember thinking that was the coolest McDonald's toy ever, and
that was pretty good.
Remember that as you're judging after we hear Jax's ability.
Jax doesn't have all those kinds of gadgets. He's got his robotic arms. Now, in addition to his robotic arms, before I get into that, he also has, and how he carries all these things at one time, I don't know, but how does Inspector Gadget do his thing? He also has a submachine gun, a shotgun, a grenade launcher, and a rocket launcher. That's in addition to his robot arms.
That's pretty good.
So his robot arms, all right.
But does he have those at his disposal all the time? Like
yes.
Gadget, go, and
he does. He does.
Where does he? Did you take him out of his pants, or where does he?
I have no idea.
It's like fatality, and he just busts the weapons out of nowhere.
Inspector Gadget probably has some awesome fatalities. But
so anyway, so some things that his arms include. He's got a mini missile launcher. There's a piston mechanism in his arms that increase the strength of the blows when he hits, like these pistons.
Nice.
He also has a rocket-assisted punch, so it's like, he's already strong as it is, but now he has like a rocket behind that fist that he can use.
Isn't that dislocated shoulder or something?
His shoulders are made of metal. I mean, come on.
It's connected to his body. Okay, go ahead.
He also has like a plasma charge, like discharge, so he shoots like these little plasma bolts out of his arms. He is able to crush a human skull just by clapping it between his hands, and that's without the cybernetic arms, I might add. He could do that before his cybernetic arms.
Interesting.
That's how strong. That's how strong he is.
He could just clap his hands and crush someone's skull.
Yeah, like in between.
Kevin, can you demonstrate what that might sound like really quick?
I I mean, I imagine it's probably like a clap, but on top of that, like a explosion sound, maybe. I don't know.
Brains just explode everywhere.
His arms can also release. Oh, now he. Oh, well, again in a minute. His arms can also release a bright purple energy that temporarily blinds his opponent.
Okay, that's good to know. That's helpful.
Yep, so that's very useful. He has his arms have this ability where every time they land a blow, they gradually start heating up, and then when they're fully charged, he can release like a fire projectile. However, he doesn't necessarily have to hit just a person to do this. He can also do it just by hitting his hands together.
Okay. So he's just like clap, clap, clap. Man, what about when he's at like a concert and he's just like clapping his hands after a song?
Then his arms get all glowy and stuff. And he can start shooting fire at people. I mean, and he also has ability where he can hit the ground so hard that he creates mini earthquakes.
Mini earthquakes. Okay.
Yep. He's got mad jumping skills. Some of his other abilities.
Yeah, but there's still human jumping skills, right? Like
he can jump higher though. And
like
then
Mario.
No, I don't know.
Mario can jump far, dude.
That's true. He can.
Go ahead, sorry.
He can rip people's arms off with his metal arm.
Makes sense.
In fact, he has one ability where he can rip off an opponent's arm, use it as a baseball bat, and hit them in the face, making their head fly off with such force that the skin comes off of the skull.
Go Gadget bouquet.
So, I mean, I don't know why you would need to have all that excess, but hey, why not? He can also punch through somebody's torso so hard that he's able to rip out their ribs and then stab them in the face with the ribs. It's also one of his fatalities. He can rip his opponent's face off, just the face, just rip it off. He can repeatedly bash his opponent into the ground, and then until they get like buried, and then he can kick their head so hard that it comes flying off. Jackson's kind of a mean dude, man.
Yeah, dude.
I thought you said he was nice at the beginning.
Well, I mean, he's to his boys. He can repeatedly body slam somebody until they explode. What else? Oh yeah, here's one I didn't know. He can grow in size so large, like Ant-Man, that he can stomp on somebody with his foot. I don't know, but apparently he can do that.
He's just a human, isn't he?
That's a thing that he does.
It's one of his.
What game is that in? I don't remember that.
I think it's in 4. It's one of his fatalities. He grows like ginormously sized, and he like stomps on him.
Interesting. Huh.
A little bit weird, but hey, we're throwing it in there anyway because he can do it.
Wow.
I threw in some good ones too. So go ahead. You could keep throwing them in.
No, I mean that's all I got for now. He does have some other fatalities, but they're not quite as fun.
So here we go. I both of these guys surprised me. So I will admit I have way more. I was taking more notes on the Gadget side. I've taken notes in my little notebook. David's page is completely filled. Yours is like 3/4 filled. But they both kind of have gadgets, honestly. I mean, Mr. Inspector Gadget obviously has a bunch of gadgets. Go Gadget Bouquet, Bazooka, Cream Bazooka. But I'm surprised by how many gadgets Jax has. Like with the missile launcher in his arms, the heat thing he can do, and being able
Where
to.
do these arms come from, man?
All the machine gun weapons and things.
What are you talking about? His arm? At least he has arms, like actually legit arms. He's not have just like thousands of little miniature arms in his hat. That makes no sense.
So,
dude, the inspector, the person who gave Gadget the surgery, that said in the article that he was a genius. So
I'd say he probably was. Wait a minute. Hear me out. What if the same guy did both of these procedures? He gave Jax his arms and Inspector Gadget his gadget parts.
It might be true. What if they know each other somehow?
That's what the battle is. We're at Dr.
I have his name.
We're at Dr. Metals. What's his name? Dr. what?
I have to look it up, but I have it here. Hold on. I just didn't write it down because I didn't think I would use it. But Professor von Schlickstein.
So Professor von Schlickstein, it's his funeral. He died, and both Inspector Gadget and Jax went to his funeral, and here we are. There's a banana, and Inspector Gadget's telling a story. Jax is like kind of annoyed by him, and they're in this throwdown now.
Wowzers.
So now that you've both told me your abilities, let's do some back and forth. Show me how one ability is better than the other.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and start with my laser finger. Why not? That's a good weapon to start with. Like, I think the laser finger could pretty much disable Jax's arms. Just cut them right off. Also, my cream Zuka could too, could dissolve them. So I have those two weapons at my disposal. So even if one doesn't work, I've got the other one. Now, it will take Inspector Gadget a lot to use his laser. I'll give you that. But his bazooka, like I said, anyone, anytime. So I'm wondering different ways you can defend or combat against those two weapons.
Well, for the laser's easy because Inspector Gadget doesn't want to use it on people or robots, right? So he's probably, I mean, he's too nice of a dude. He's not going to use it on Jax.
I think he might use it on just the arm, though, if it's to protect himself.
I don't think he will. I don't think he would.
If
But
he
if he did,
to.
I don't know that would work. I mean, because by the time he's like, go Gadget, by the time he says go Gadget.
Oh,
Jackson
I forgot. Sorry. You reminded me of that because you
face.
said time. Sorry. I wrote this down in my notes. Sometimes his gadgets have become so advanced. Sometimes they just automatically do what they need to do to protect him.
So there's AI going on.
Sometimes they'll just, have a mind of their own. Probably because Gadget is a little bit of a bumbling dork sometimes. So sometimes the gadgets do what they need automatically.
That's mighty convenient that you brought that up after I said that it was going to take some time.
I'll show you. I just have all these notes, man. I was trying.
Whatever.
I feel like I was taking too long with all my gadgets.
Know. I feel like you're making that up.
Steven, I'm not.
I'm just saying, by the time he says go Gadget, and then like the bazooka thing, like Jax has a rocket launcher. So the guy's like, go Gadget, corrosive cream bazooka.
He doesn't have to say that. He just says
the amount of time he says that, Jax
Gadget.
already pulled out his machine gun or his shotgun or his grenade launcher and just blows it up.
I feel like Jax needs some time too. I mean, to get those hands all warm, clappity clap. Like how he said.
Well, I mean,
clapping.
that's
clapping.
That's for one ability, though. That's only for one ability, though. Like he's still like his normal punch is still powerful, and on top of that, when he's punching Gadget in the face multiple times, every time he hits him, those arms get charged up and become slightly more powerful. So with each hit, progressive hit is stronger and stronger and stronger until it's charged enough where he can shoot fire bolts out of him.
Okay, so you're saying because of his ability with his quick fists, that would be a little tough to do to defend, I guess. I'll give you that. But Gadget has a lot of his gadgets help him escape situations a lot of times too. So first of all, his arms, like I said, they're very durable. Like I know Jax, I'm not saying it's nothing to sneeze at. I know he's powerful, but these arms can withstand a blow and his gadgets can stay intact. So,
but his face can't.
His face is going to be fine, dude.
He'll not if Jax rips it off because Jax can rip off his face. Just like, wow.
I'm saying these gadgets will protect him. I wonder if he has a shield. I didn't read anything about that. I imagine one of these gadgets. We'll just say that he has one.
You can't just say stuff.
Just say it. You have to have some evidence. He can use the flowers as a shield.
He's gonna be like, go Gadget, but he can't finish the sentence because his face has been ripped off already.
Does Inspector? Anyways, his defensive mechanisms like his skis, his roller skates, his helicopter. One of these things is going to get him out of the situation real quick from a distance, and then he can blast back with his bazooka that has a corrosive element to it. I'm going to look up. I know he has to have a shield. It just wasn't in that article I said. So that's one way. I think he could get away from those repeated blows if his gadgets like go Gadget, whatever. His gadgets sometimes take over. Like I said, he could get away from those to a distance where he would need to be safe.
Yeah, but well, if he runs away though, wouldn't that mean that he forfeited the match and lost?
No, he's not running away like forever. Just like he's going to hover up in the air with his copter, or he's going to scoot around with his skates to the back.
That's fine. That's fine. He can hover in the air with his copter, and then Jax just shoots one of his little mini missiles from his robot arms, and then shoots him down.
No, because all those missiles will be corroded with his Gadget corroding cannon.
Now, if he shoots one of his missiles from his rocket arm and his rocket launcher that is like not part of his arm at the same time, he can't defend both of those. He's not gonna be quick enough, man. Gadget's not quick enough.
Missiles do move quickly.
Missiles do move quickly. I'm not going to say they don't.
But so does cream bazookas, probably.
Not as fast as missiles.
And
have you ever tried, dude? It can't even be that fast. Have you ever tried squirting sour cream out of a bottle? It takes like forever. All right, so like no.
But it's a pressurized thing, man. If it's a bazooka, it's got pressure. Bazookas aren't going to like and then it'll be like, it shoots it out with some pressure and speed. I mean, it's not like it comes out in slow motion or something.
That'd be gross, man.
Well, I mean, he can. Well, that's fine because he can use his like those little plasma shots or whatever.
Okay.
His corrosive cream can't go through a plasma shot. It's not even like a solid material.
Ooh, plasma. Yeah.
Just that cream's gone.
Now, I have a question about these fatalities that you were talking about. Is there any kind of like, I know in the game you can only use it when the person's already dead anyways, and wiggling around like this.
Oh,
Finish him. Like, I've never seen Jax use a fatality unless the person's almost dead, or any Mortal Kombat movie for hero for that matter. So I'm wondering how often he can use these fatalities. I think it, from what I gather, it has to be when he's about to finish off Gadget anyway. So a lot of those fatalities you said,
well, Gadget's so
Gadget's can't really get to that, right?
Gadget's so weak he could pretty much do a fatality right away.
Who said that?
I say that.
That's so very subjective, man. I'm trying to be objective here.
Dude, he almost died by slipping on a banana.
You don't know. Clearly, don't know the whole story.
Clearly, he's not that strong.
You slip on a banana, you fall off a cliff. He's on top of skyscrapers, looking for clues. He slips on a banana peel that some custodial worker left up there on his lunch break. He slips, he falls down. I don't care. Like, you fall down from a 100-story skyscraper.
He can't be that good of an inspector if he's slipping on bananas, is all I'm saying.
Well, I did mention that he's kind of a bumbling moron sometimes, but he always finds a way to win the case. Like, or even like his inspector, he throws these notes back at him and they explode. Sometimes he does stuff without even meaning to, accidentally, but he always solves the case, is what I'm saying. He's kind of a moron, but he always solves the case, and his niece can help him out and his dog.
So what you're saying is he's a moron. He can only work if his niece and his dog help
that's
out.
not true.
Jax doesn't have a niece or dog that he needs. He can take care of things himself.
Hear me out. You brought the niece and the dog into this even a little bit, okay? So
I don't need to bring him in. I'll take him back.
So let's just say for a moment. No, I want to entertain this. Let's say for a moment that Sonya is nearby. What happens then? Because you did say Inspector Gadget is distracted by women, and
oh snap! Yeah,
Sonya is like the stereotypical hot girl in Mortal Kombat, right? So
wowzers,
wowzers.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying Sonya might distract Gadget so he loses track of his gadgets?
His bouquet comes out. Wowzers.
All right, so I get that. But on the other hand, like, he's such a gentleman, dude. I don't know. I know Sonya's this warrior, whatever, but she's also she's a good person. She fights for Earth or whatever. He's such a gentleman. He'd be so polite to her. I don't think that like she would do anything back. Like, she would have, what's the word? Empathy for him, I think.
I don't know, because Sonya does end up marrying Johnny Cage, and he's kind of a jerk. So maybe she kind of likes jerks.
All right. So, but let's say while the battle is going on, if Sonya can distract my character, then I feel like there's a way that Penny and Brain can distract Jax or do something.
No, because they can't, because as I said earlier, Jax is very focused on his mission. He's a very focused individual. He knows where his people are at all times. He's very highly organized and very highly intelligent. And when it comes to it, man, he focuses so hard on his mission. Like, there's nothing else, man. He focuses on getting the job done, and he gets it done with his metal arms.
But I feel like the fatality thing, I have a point on.
You do have a point.
I will agree. I will give you that. You do have.
But I will. These other things you're saying about the arms, I get it. Those are a little bit tougher. But like all the fatalities you mentioned, that like him growing big or whatever they all are, I might have to take those off the table unless it's set when you're about to finish Gadget off. If you do, you can use whatever one of those you want to, I guess. But
so
not during the battle.
I put a little
Gadget,
hiccup.
He might not have the brains, but he has the heart, and he's dedicated, and dedication goes a long way, man. And somehow he always gets the job done. So I'm sure he'd get this job done too. Somehow.
I feel like every throwdown that we do, dedication ends up being one of the qualities for each character. So I threw a little hiccup at Inspector Gadget with the Sonya thing. So I want to throw a little hiccup at Jax now.
Is it even possible? I know where this is going, dude. But you can go ahead, throw your hiccup. Let's see.
So let's see. Inspector Gadget. David mentioned what was it? The ice. What was the ice gadget?
Oh yeah, he has the thing he can. Oh wait, he can immobilize too. But
He has a
watch.
He has a
So can Jax. He can temporarily blind people with his.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but let me go back. I'll find the ice. Oh, it's called the refrigerator gadget. It comes out of his head, and it can freeze
out of
things.
his head.
Man,
Well, out
that'd
of
be
his
freaky, man. You see some guy with like a refrigerator come out of his head. You're like, whoa.
It's not a
that's what-
refrigerator. It's
that's
like
what-
a freeze gun. But
That's what I'm getting at here. You had mentioned Sub-Zero. If we're going back to that origin story, of Sub-Zero freezing off Jack's arms, how do you think Jax would react to a freeze gun coming at him?
You know, that's kind of hard to say because
You did
I
say
would
it's
say-
PTSD, so
yeah, he has major PTSD in the games. His PTSD gets like he's really bad where he kind of doesn't fight anymore. He ends up actually joining the bad guys in Mortal Kombat 11 because he's promised that the lady can bring his wife back and end his suffering from changing time because of all the bad things that have happened to him. So I don't know, it could be a problem, but that's only one version of how he lost his arms. And that's in the most recent movie as well. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know which one you would consider canon. I think
gotcha.
the most canon one that I could find,
cream cannon.
not that, but like for the games was either that he voluntarily gave up his arms, or where they were ripped off by Ermac. Those are the two that seem to be the most prevalent as far as like the story of the game themselves.
Huh. All right. Well,
But you
I
have
think
a fair
if it
point.
was
You
that
have a fair
version.
point.
Now, I just remember a couple gadgets. Like, I feel like if you hit Gadget's head over and over, like the spring could come out of his head and protect him.
what? What? How's the
and-
spring come out of his head and protect him?
It's a go-go gadget spring. I told you about that. Like, it avoids head trauma. So if he falls, he bounces off.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
And
That's
also
true. Yeah.
also the mallet. Don't forget about his mallet inside his head.
A
And
wooden
his-
mallet,
and
dude.
his
It's not going to do
sword.
anything.
And his sword. He could hit Jackson in the head with this mallet. Boing. These things that come out of these arms that come out of his hat have some range to them. So
I mean, yeah, that's true. But Jax
he's got a
says,
distance attack. So
dude,
when
he starts pulling that mallet out. Jax just
Yeah.
can use rocket powered punch and just like speed up, like wah, punch him.
the springs will protect him.
And Jax
All right.
does have ranged attacks, such as his plasma attack, and when he charges up his arms and shoot like fire bolts out
I
of it.
got range attacks too, man.
Yeah, laser he won't use in a cannon that's not going to, or a bazooka.
He'll use the laser if he needs to, I think.
All right.
But still,
I think you've both demonstrated some very good arguments, some very good cases.
he'll give Jax a bouquet. All right, go ahead.
But
I forgot I have a car too, and my claw on my car could grab Jax.
I'd like to move into the final portion before I go into the verdict. I need you each to give me some quotes. Okay, just give me a
Quotes.
quote each. So I can
wow.
Give me a minute on that one. I gotta find.
You got to give me more than that because that's not helping your case.
I'm always careful, Penny. That's what makes me a great inspector. Gadget backs his car into a tree right after he says that. Okay, never mind. I'll always understand. They didn't say anything about rain today in the weather report. A fish swims by Gadget's windshield. Either that fish has a driver's license or I'm underwater. These quotes aren't helping me. Gadget at the circus. Hold on. Of course I'm right. I'm a good detective. Or sorry, of course I'm right. A good detective is always on his nose. I mean his toes.
So I
It's
found
like I always say, Penny, if you can't lick them, join them.
What?
Oh, so that means if you can't beat him, lick him is another way of saying beat him. If you can't beat him, join him. Maybe Gadget would try to join up with Jax.
I mean, dude, I can see Inspector Gadget needs to be in Mortal Kombat.
All right.
I
Give me some,
I
give
can
me
only
some-
find,
All right, my quote game's a little bit weak. Go ahead, Kevin. Give me a quote.
there are more quotes, but I can't find them right now. I only found 3 at the moment.
that's good.
Which it's a portal, and as for doing business, maybe it's time to give you a demonstration of my impressive technology. Let's see. Well, now this just got a whole lot more interesting, which I feel is correct on the account that he's fighting Inspector Gadget.
It got a whole lot.
a whole lot more interesting. He's like fighting Sub-Zero or Scorpion or something. Inspector Gadget comes up. Well, this has got a whole lot more interesting.
I got a quote from Gadget. Please, nurse, control yourself.
And then
Control.
now that his other one is now that introductions are out of the way, we're shutting you down.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, Steven.
Any final words before I go into my verdict?
Just think about all the gadgets Inspector Gadget has, and there's ways to get out of every situation. Inspector Gadget survived falling. We'll say I don't know how but he survived a banana peel near death accident, and now he has 13,000 gadgets. And he's a good dude, and I just mostly picked him for the comic relief. So let's see what Kevin has.
I love it. It's more unlikely this way. I love it.
For sure, this is unlikely for that. I feel like the one kind of advantage that Jax has in this situation is between the two of them, he is definitely the one who's more willing to resort to violent means to do something, which in a fight kind of gives him a bit of an edge.
And he does have a lot more speed with what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of speed, and then plus,
Multiple
Inspector Gadget's going to be very, hesitant about, killing somebody or taking a life, whereas Jax not so much. So I feel like that would be a bit of a personality advantage in a fight. Maybe not in other situations, but in a fight.
All right. You guys have both given me a lot to think about. In the Gadget corner, we have a guy, a very humble, not humble. He's pretty kind of arrogant, but we have a good inspector, but kind of a buffoon with a whole lot of gadgets and a whole lot of toys. Some of which are useful and some of which are completely irrelevant. In the other corner, we have a seasoned warrior who is dedicated to his craft and a very smart guy, but maybe his rage can cloud his judgment sometimes. And he does have a little bit of some mental health, like the PTS. He has a little bit of the PTSD, which could be distracting to him. But looking at both of my pages of notes here, I took a lot more notes on Inspector Gadget, and there's a lot going on there. But I took less notes on Jax. I feel like they packed a little more punch.
Yeah.
While I think Inspector gadgets are awesome, they're sort of rinky-dink compared to what Jax has got going on with his arms. We're talking like the difference between like a tank and like a Kia Forte, I think is kind of a...
Well, the cannon could dissolve the tank.
So at the end of the day, it was difficult to decide.
Was it really that difficult?
I think Jax is the winner.
But Magoo won because of his buffoonness. But I guess that's because that is like his quality. That's like his trait. That's his thing. Wins. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Whereas Gadget, like, I don't know. I'm sorry, Dave. I when you first started talking, I was like, "Oh, Gadget's going to win this." There's no doubt about it. But then when I didn't realize that there was rocket launchers in the arms. And
now,
like
wait. I just want to make sure you didn't take into account the fatalities, right? Because we said
no.
I
did not count.
Okay.
As far as I know.
My other thing, Kevin. Since you're a victor, man, I lost 2 in a row. Dang it! I'm not doing very well lately. But since you're the victor, I want you to now choose which fatality you're going to use on Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
I don't know. I think we can go with classic Jax. It's just the old ripping off the arms.
The Inspector arms. It takes them a
when
lot
you rip
longer.
Off Gadget's
though.
arms, they just keep getting longer and longer, man.
That's true. That might
pulling and pulling.
actually be pretty amusing, actually. Jax is like, I'm gonna rip these off. What's going on? I can't rip them off.
It's like those straws. Those straws you drink lemonade out of. The
So then Inspector Gadget he doesn't get defeated because he gets his arms ripped off. He can't get his arms ripped off.
This was almost a draw. But I don't want to get in the habit of doing draws unless they're really necessary.
I can be humble in my defeat. I wish I wouldn't have lost 2 in a row. That kind of stinks. I don't think anyone's ever done that before.
I will say, and I graciously accept the victory for sure. But I will say, a part of me was kind of hoping that Inspector Gadget would win.
I think I could have handled I think Gadget could have handled a lot of other characters that you would have picked.
Dude,
That's true.
He had to go and talk about all the stupid arm abilities. All I thought he did was have metal arms. I'm like, oh, I can rip off some metal arms. I didn't know I had all those whatever, clapping, getting hot, whatever. But no. All right, we're good. All right. So now that I'm 0-2 going into my round of judgment, and I think in the standings I'm probably below now. But anyways, I was thinking about a couple different things, but I thought just for your guys' characters next time, it should be someone who's like a henchman, not really the main guy, but maybe like a henchman,
Like
or
a specifically named henchman or like generic henchman. Like let's say
like a specifically named one. I don't want to name any because I got in trouble last time, but someone who's
But-
or on the like.
I'm just saying because like if we're talking like a specific like a sidekick henchman, or are you talking
Well,
like
I would
a
say not like
stormtrooper?
the main
Like
guy
a
in charge.
stormtrooper would be a henchman.
Yeah, sure, but not like the main guy in charge, but someone who's like maybe
His
the
second.
assistant. And I guess it could work on the good side too, where maybe it could be
Like a sidekick.
someone who's not the main hero, but like since we did Inspector Gadget just now, like Penny would be for Inspector Gadget. Obviously, Penny wouldn't go into a throwdown, but I prefer like the evil side though. I think like someone who's like
Yeah, I got you.
I like that.
not the main guy, but the assistant or henchman, whatever you want to call him.
Well, guys, we'll catch you next time on Unlikely Throwdowns.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the Unlikely Throwdowns by Brothers Born Media. That was certainly a fun one. Really enjoyed that. Hey, if you have an idea for a character, we would love to include that character in our show. Just send us an email, brothersbornpodcast@gmail.com, or check out our website and send it to us that way, www.brothersbornmedia.com. If you like what you're hearing, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from. At the very least, please share the show with a friend. If you did that, that'd be super cool. And we would love you forever. All right, take care.
Wowzers.